The Citizen Report is a production of New Shannon Media. All content protected under copyright.
And welcome to the Citizen Report. I'm Jonathan Shannon, and thank you for joining me today. As always, this newscast is real, in-depth, American. Thank you so much for joining me. My co-host, David Heller, is off. It is a few minutes before 5 o'clock Eastern Time this afternoon on this Wednesday, November 4th, 2020. I just wanted to come on here and provide some initial thoughts on the election results. First thing. I want to speak about North Carolina. North Carolina really did not go the way it should have gone. Unfortunately, Governor Cooper, the Democrat, who's just been absolutely tyrannical with his COVID shutdowns, mask mandates, just absolute tyranny. He has secured re-election in the state of North Carolina. I will just tell you this. I was waiting to see which way that would go, and having seen now the results of it, assuming that it wasn't rigged, I'm with all due respect, I'm through with North Carolina. I am going to. It is going to take me some time, but I have absolutely am now completely against the notion of staying in North Carolina long term. South Carolina, which is where I'm recording this, however, Lake Wylie, South Carolina, or maybe on the outlier area of Lake Wylie, South Carolina, I am happy to report that Senator Lindsey Graham has won re-election. He's a Republican, so that's good news. Now, South Carolina appears to have gone the way it should have gone. So South Carolina, good on you for making the right choice. Trump has won re-election in the state of South Carolina. Trump is leading right now, narrowly, but leading at last check in North Carolina. Now, I want to get to Trump here. This is where things get a little dicey. So right now, as I understand it, well, let me say this. Basically, there are a number of states right now in play. You've got Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. You've got Nevada. And there's probably others, but those are the ones that come to mind. I think officially North Carolina is still in the running. They're not calling it one way or the other yet. But again, North Carolina appears to be narrowly going in Trump's favor. Something very interesting, though. Florida has absolutely Trump absolutely got Florida, and Trump overperformed with the Latino vote. Miami-Dade County, I understand, had more votes for Trump than perhaps the Democrats would have wanted, so that's good. Obviously, Trump did very, very well in Florida, because that is a very competitive state. It's when you get Florida, that's a good sign. Now, Pennsylvania should be going in Trump's favor, but it appears, especially in the case of Wisconsin and in the case of Michigan, that all of a sudden overnight a bunch of votes were counted for Biden. So, unfortunately, I cannot sit here and tell you that things are going too well right now nationwide. But I will say this. I want to remind everyone that God is still in control. And I do not believe God would have brought us this far to only now let us fail. I don't have the answers as to what's going to happen. But what I can tell you is that President Trump will absolutely legally contest what is taking place allegedly in I know Wisconsin, I believe Pennsylvania, and I would have to verify, but I'm assuming Michigan. It is apparent to me that the Democrats are trying as hard as they can to steal this election. I don't say that lightly either, but I do know that that's what the Democrats do. That's what they do. They cannot win legitimately. If you look at the Trump rallies were just overwhelming in who attended. I attended the Trump rally in Gastonia, North Carolina last month. The amount of people there was overwhelming. And it took me well over an hour to get on a bus after the rally to leave, because there were so many people, it overwhelmed their resources, even though they had a lot of buses to get people back to the satellite parking areas. So we will have to wait and see how this plays out. I'm trying to keep a level head here, but I must tell you that in all honesty, I am concerned about this country. I believe Trump is the legitimate winner. That much I can say. But I don't know if we're going to be able to overcome this voter fraud. We will wait to see what happens. I can tell you that it looks like at this moment in time that barring any unexpected changes going forward, it does appear that the Republicans are poised to retain control of the Senate. Unfortunately, Martha McSally in Arizona appears to have lost her seat. We knew that Arizona was very, very competitive this time around, unfortunately, and Trump apparently lost the state of Arizona. However, I'm also getting a report that in Arizona, I believe it's Arizona. I'll check before I post this broadcast to make sure I'm right in saying this. That there are reports that in a few precincts, I don't know if it'd be most accurate to say precincts or jurisdictions, whatever, but in certain places in, I believe, Arizona, certainly somewhere in one of these very, very hotly competitive races, that they were basically the ballots were basically people were being given Sharpies. Now, I don't know the precise significance of this, but what that seems to suggest to me is that there could have been malfeasance with what was provided to voters in terms of the writing instrument. Because, of course, assuming that this is the kind of ballot where you fill out bubbles and then you feed it into a machine where it counts it. That could be that was an attempt to muddy up the ballot or mess it up or something. I don't really have a lot of details on that. If someone has more information, please pass it along to me. I will tell you that we are keeping a close watch here on the Citizen Report. I really don't have a lot of other information to bring to you at this point in time. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off, but I will tell you and ask everyone within reach of this broadcast. I want everyone to be praying today and tonight, because our country is under attack right now, and I don't say that lightly. And I'm going to be paying close attention to what the X22 report has to say. I'm going to be very curious to what he says. I will tell you one other thing, that Trump came out in a press conference early this morning. This was well after 2 in the morning. I will tell you that President Trump basically alleged voter fraud. I don't remember the exact quotes, but that is basically the implication. So this is far from over. So I want to tell everyone to be very cautious and careful of who you listen to for information. I'm also being very careful in what I say here on this podcast right now. I want Trump to win, but I'm also keeping a level head as we go forward. But I want to be very... I want to tell you to please be very careful who you listen to tonight. It is my understanding that NBC literally would interrupt what Trump was saying in real time last night. Savannah Guthrie literally cut in and started, quote unquote, fact checking him. Say things, that he was saying things that were not true. So again, be very, very careful who you're listening to right now, okay? Because these media outlets are deep staters, okay? So I will keep a close watch on how things develop. I don't know if this is going to be the only broadcast I do today, but you can be very sure that I will keep everyone up to date as I feel like I need to. And stay with the Citizen Report for continuing coverage, obviously. And I will be back on soon as needed. So for now, I'm Jonathan Shannon. Thank you for tuning into the Citizen Report. And don't forget our website, thecitizenreport.weebly.com. Get on our text message alerts system. Subscribe to our text alerts. Click on the text alerts button at the top of the homepage and get on our text alerts so you can be notified of new broadcasts. And if we become censored, I have a way of getting around that censorship. So thank you again for tuning into the Citizen Report. I'm Jonathan Shannon, and have a great day, everyone. And I will see you right back here again next time. God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you right back here again next time. Have a great day, everyone.